welcome to Jen's Primitive Gems. And today I'm going to take you through the process of, you're going to come with me to pick my furniture up. I'm going to refinish the furniture and show you the whole process from start to finish.
This is my co-pilot. We're heading to get a dresser and a couple of nightstands. Hey, Casey? We're going to get some furniture. Begging you. It's one of those long driveways. It's like, it's a tad creepy, but you know. There's a barn star up there, so that looks good. Ooh, it's a nice old stone house. I didn't want to record while they were like lifting it in, but the husband and the son lifted the dresser and nightstands right into the van for me. So gotta love when that happens. I didn't even have to lift them. So back home we go. About a 15-minute drive, $50 for the dresser and the nightstands total. So that was a pretty good deal. My co-pilot's shaking. She gets nervous in the rain. She doesn't like the rain. You're trembling. Are you okay? You okay, baby? Ooh. I love it when you do it like that, and when you're frozen, you need a shit. Hi, I'm back home. So, I've learned when I leave the van, do not leave the keys in the ignition with the dog in the vehicle, because she stepped on the locks one day and locked me out of there. So I bring my keys along. I opened up my hatch of my van, and so I'm totally sheltered from the rain. Isn't that so smart of me? So I've kind of figured out, I have a system how I get my furniture out of my vehicle. So I make sure I put things on their back, big pieces like this, and it's a little bit heavy. So I'm just going to stand it up on its side for now while I put the other pieces in that I'm delivering tomorrow. See how I pivot it? I just pivot it on its corner because I'm redoing it anyway, so it's okay if it gets scratched up a little bit. Hello again. So here I have my dresser and my nightstands that I bought. Just trying to decide what I want to do with them. Now this has some liner in it, which I'm not super crazy about, and they didn't do a great job. So I'm going to probably reline these, but first take off the hardware. Oh, they painted when they painted the dresser, they just painted the hardware, painted right over the hardware as well. I see like all of the hardware's intact on these, which is amazing because then I don't have to buy new ones or whatever, but you replace them. The other thing I'm noticing is that they actually had this hardware on upside down. I'm pretty sure it goes like that.
I chose Fusion's Little Lamb for the color of the dresser and nightstands.
So I found a little container to gather my screws in, and I set up my hardware on a board. And I am doing a matte farmhouse black for the hardware. I find the black hardware, it pops with that color. It looks really good. And actually I haven't tried that exact color yet, but I've done ones that are very similar to that color. But Little Whale I thought looked nice, so I thought I'm gonna buy that. Sometimes, you know, I like to do silver or gold or you know, just depends. Today I'm feeling the black. And because I have it on a board, I can just turn them around. So I'm gonna spray this side. There we go. Okay. So those can sit now. There's nothing worse than when you want to put your hardware back on and it's still wet. So that's why I do it first. Okay, so I took all the hardware off, and first thing you want to do with your pieces is you want to clean them. So get a product such as this Crud Cutter, and you want to give it a really, really good cleaning first. You might want to take your shop vac or your vacuum cleaner and get the dust out. This one was very clean inside, so I don't feel like I need to take the vacuum to it. Just a tiny bit of dust in there. So once you've cleaned, you're gonna get your 150 grit sandpaper and sand away. So that's what it looks like. It's, you don't have to get all the paint off, just get it smooth. So I wiped these down again after I sanded, and I'm just gonna go ahead and paint. Now, whatever paint they used on this, I'm assuming it was Annie Sloan because it's textured, which is fine. I made sure and sanded off any paint drips. So this I'm doing a solid. Sometimes I'll sort of paint it to look like it's distressed with a little bit showing through underneath, but I don't want that purple showing through, so I'm doing a solid color. So I ended up moving over here because it's so much easier when you can place your piece leaning up against the wall like this. Okay, so now I'm going to carefully turn it. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. Count your blessings to find what you look for. Turn my soul into treasure. It's the second nightstand. I finished the first one. It's over. So before you put your, so between coats, you want to wait at least 4 hours or longer. Now you want to give it a full 21 days before this paint is fully cured to the piece. Okay, so I got the first coat on the dresser and the nightstands. So I just wanted to show you a few tips about the drawer liners that I get. So I like to get this stuff from the dollar store that's, it's a little bit thicker. It's kind of like a foam, kind of rubbery texture. And it's got a nice pattern on it. The one roll went far. So with my little side tables, one roll did all 4 drawers. It's going to work out well because I have 3 more rolls of this, and 1 roll will do 2 of the big dresser drawers. What I do is I just put a little bit of white glue just in the center, just to tack it down a bit so that during transport it's not moving all over the place. So I cut it just a bit longer than the drawer, and then as you can see at the sides, when you fold them under like this, they kind of stay put. And then instead of taking each drawer out individually, I just use the first piece that I cut to measure all the other pieces. And because it has a nice straight pattern on it, it's easy to cut along the line. I have 4 little end pieces left, which will be the perfect size to go in an antique vanity with 4 drawers. So I went ahead and put a second coat of paint on the dresser and the nightstands. And because I was doing the technique of just painting them a solid color and then I just went along the edges and distressed a little bit with my sander. And I'm just going to put the hardware back on. The Fusion paint has a built-in top coat, so I am going to go over just the tops of them with a clear top coat for added protection of the tops of them. I ran into a problem getting the hardware back on. The holes were too small, and I was just getting frustrated. So I ended up just drilling I just got this bigger drill bit and just in and out to make a bigger hole. I think because they had the hardware on the opposite way is what I want to put it on. They had it like that. I want to put it on like that. So it just wasn't fitting in the holes properly. So I got frustrated and I beat the heck out of this thing. Turned out to be an happy accident. I like the way it looks, antique looking, and so I'm going to take my hammer to the rest of them. And now I'm just going to vacuum out the sawdust from where I drilled the new holes.
So here's a before and after. This is not a great before picture. I almost forgot to take one. But here's the before of the nightstands. And here is the after in the little whale. Beautiful blue color. Now the first few photos, the paint looks a bit lighter in the sun. But the next photo here shows sort of more of the true blue color. And stay tuned for my next video where I will give you some tips and tricks on painting furniture. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching.